Hello, everyone,
Everyone,
and welcome
welcome
to
to
another
another.
episode of the UVL 90 Day Challenge. And today we are doing day 31. So we're catching up from yesterday. Yesterday we were not able to do it. So today we're gonna be doing two of the UVL 90 Day Challenge. So today, right now we're gonna do day 31, and later on we're gonna do day 32. So what is today's topic, Patsy?
Today's topic is UVL 90 Day Challenge is day 31. Topic is talk about effective time management.
That's correct. So we're going to be talking about the effective time management. But before we go into that, let's introduce ourselves. So hi everyone, my name is Sandy, and I'm the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, but I'm also a proud digital business owner.
Okay, my name is Patsy. I am the face of Facebook business page, Joe Pat Blessing. I am a mother of four and grandmother of nine. Originally, I'm from Brunei. Now I'm residing in Alberta, Canada. I'm a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so let's go back to our topic for today.
Today is UVL 90 Day Challenge, day 31. Topic is talk about effective time management.
That's correct. So we are going to be talking about that. So our first point for our topic today is the importance of time management in business. Oh,
Uh,
go ahead, Patsy.
Okay, the importance of time management in business success. And I realize how important we always say we wish we had more time, but no matter how much time we have to time management under control. I'll let Sandy talk more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Patsy. Thank you for sharing. Yes. So when we talk about the importance of time management in business success, we're talking about mastering the time management. Why is it important? Because it's crucial for maintaining productivity. If you don't have a very good system in terms of managing your time, your productivity for your business is not very good. It's not going to be effective. So that's why, mastering the time management is very important. Another thing, it helps you to achieve your goals. If you have very good time management, and you set up yourself, some goals to achieve on that day, you have better chances to achieve your goals when you master your time management. So that's another reason why mastering time management is important. Another reason is you want to try to prevent burnout. If you don't have a good system of time management, you're gonna be like all over the place. And by being all over the place, eventually with time, your body's gonna start feeling it. So you're gonna be start feeling, a little bit burnout, because you don't have a system established, and you're all over the place. You don't your organization is really bad at that point. So it gets to a point, where you cannot handle anymore, because you have like a lot of things coming your way, and a lot of things to do, and you're like, oh, I can't do it anymore, and you burn out, you mentally, and physically. So that's why, mastering time management is very important. Okay, let's go to the second point.
Second point is changes in time management. Challenges in time management. There are, for me, is a lot of challenges, especially just now. Sandy was mentioning all over the place. It sounds like me, Sometimes when I told no time management, and all over the place, and don't know who is coming and who is going, and we had to time management. I will let Sandy do the rest.
Thank you, Patsy, for sharing. Yes. So when we are talking about challenges in time management, well, the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that we have struggles. Okay. So we got to face those as an entrepreneur, you got to face those struggles. Okay. So you got to acknowledge those, that you need some help on this area. Okay. Because it's not working for you. So one of these challenges that we have is procrastination. We tend to sometimes, leave things for later, instead of doing it now. So every time it's like it gets push and push, uh, I'm guilty of, some procrastination. Like I said, time management is one of the things that, it's in work in progress for me, just like Patsy, she mentioned. So I'm doing much better, but I think I still need more improvement. But like I say, this is a learning curve, and we keep adjusting because it time management is not something. Also, I want you to emphasize that it's not something that is set in stone. Okay, you also have to be adaptable and flexible. So sometimes we plan things, but sometimes there's something that comes up unexpectedly, and what you have planned for that day, it didn't work as you planned. Okay, so you gotta be flexible, understanding about that. But at the same time, you always have to try to maintain, your time management, but be open for changes. Okay, so another reason, of the challenges that, we face in regards to time management is distractions. We can be easily distracted, by either, family members that come and talk to you, and then you get sidetracked, you know, or something you watch on the TV, you say, "Oh, I like that," and then you sit down and then you start watching TV, when you know that you have other priorities to do. So those are some of the examples. Or you start watching, YouTube or on your phone, so the social media, and then oof, time flies. You know, when you realize it's like 2 hours have passed of you watching, in the social media platform. So yeah, so we gotta pay attention to distractions because those are easily to get you sidetracked from your time management that you have planned for the day. So make sure that you don't get you put those distractions aside and focus on completed what you have to complete it on that day that you have set up for yourself. Also, poor planning. So when we are talking about poor planning, that means that you don't have a plan for the day. You don't have a structure of what to do. Like for example, I like to do like a to-do list. So I like to enumerate them, and then after I do my to-do list, then I also put another number beside, what is priority and what is, from highest priority to lower priority. So it's important to have good planning, because if you have poor planning, those are one of the things that affect your effective time to have an effective time management. So these are some of the common challenges that as an entrepreneur we face. Uh, so just mention it again: procrastination, distractions, and poor planning. So and I already shared some experience from my side, okay, with you in regards to those. All right, so let's go to the next point:
Time blocking and prioritization.
prioritization. Yeah. Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so when it comes to time blocking and prioritization, we're talking about the concept of time blocking. Okay, so you have your day, and you start blocking slots of time, where you're gonna be focused on something. For example, I have time blocking, for my mentees when they need some assistance on something. I use an app to help me out with that. The app that I use is called Calendly. So they will go to the link that I shared with them, to book their time that they need to see me. So that way, it helps them to know that they're going to have a time for me to be able to see them. And that also helps me to organize my day, knowing that, okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to be allocating time for my mentee to help them. Okay. Because, I also have other things during my day that I need to do. So, time blocking is very important because it keeps you organized, it keeps you working effectively, So, you also need to prioritize tasks. Okay, so yeah, I have some time that with my mentees, that's important, but I have other tasks that I need to prioritize. So during my time blocking, I will put those ones on top, you know, and then you can also, for the time blocking, if you want to be more um, there's some apps that you can put colors, to make it more visible, like, okay, this is for that, for this category, this is for this one. So that way, visually also it helps you, to visualize your day, based on your time blocking. So it will help you to be more efficient and also to be able to meet deadlines. But again, it's not easy. It's not something that you're gonna be able to change, from today to tomorrow. This takes time to change, to be able to adapt. It also, you need to create that discipline. So it's gonna be hard at the beginning, but once you find a system that works for you, it's gonna be easier. But this is, like I said, like I mentioned, it's a learning curve. So let's go to the next topic. Main point.
Next topic is delegation and automation. For me, I have so many tasks, find the right person to delegate, and automation, I'll let Sandy talk about it.
Thank you, Patsy. Yes, delegation and automation. So this one is very important too, because many times we tend to take everything into us, and at the beginning it's okay, but later on you keep taking more and more and more, and then you get to a point like you cannot handle anymore, and you begin to be like all over the place. So that's when you need to start thinking about, okay, I gotta find another way, because this is not working. So delegating within your team. So, but in order to delegate to your team, you gotta do something first. You gotta train them, okay? Because you cannot delegate to someone if they don't know how to do what you want them to do. So you gotta train them first, okay? So it's gonna take you some time at the beginning, because you need to train them. But once you have trained them, that way, at that point, you can start delegating the task, and this will be helping you and everyone, because the tasks are gonna be delegated as a team, so it's gonna be more balanced. So everyone is gonna be able to enjoy, and not being overwhelmed by too many things thrown to them and to you. So yeah, learn to delegate. But first, before you delegate, learn to train people, to be able to do the tasks that you're gonna delegate later on. So that's very important. So you gotta build your team by training them, so they are gonna be able to also do the things that you do. So all the tasks are balanced. So you are leverage the uh, the uh, the time that you're putting to them for later on in the future. So we also have, l- automated automation, I think, automation tools for repetitive tasks. So leverage those automation tools, that will help to repeat those tasks. Um, for example, um, we have the scheduling on Facebook, when, like, if you want to schedule, ahead of time, you can use that. So instead of you doing that every day, you can schedule like for the entire week, so you don't have to worry about that. So you're already using that tool that is going to take care of doing your um posting your post every day. So take advantage of some tools that will help you to do those repetitive tasks. Okay. um so like mentioning some tools, like I mentioned, we have the Meta Business Suite for Facebook in terms of scheduling. And you can also, if you attach your Instagram to your Facebook, when you post for Facebook, you're going to be able to post also on Instagram at the same time. So you are saving time right there. Um, and there's so many other tools that you can use in terms of making your life easier and saving time. Because in business, what we're looking for when we do this online business is saving time, because that's what we want, to have more time to do the things that we love, to be with we spend more time with our loved ones. So we have tools that allow us to uh, do those tasks, repetitive tasks, for us. So we are able, to have more time. So that's the beauty of it. So you are going to be able to improve your efficiency and save time. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
The next one is setting boundaries and focus.
Yes. So when we talk about setting boundaries and focus, so this one is very important. I think this is more, when we are talking about having a balance between work, life, and family. Okay. So it is important that you set up boundaries, because that's what it will help you, to be able to have the time that you require for work. So you know that your family are not going to distract you, because they know that that's your time to do the business. Okay. At the same time, you want to make sure that you are there for them, because you don't want to neglect them. Okay. So setting boundaries. So in order to set up boundaries, you need to communicate. Okay. They won't know if you don't say it. So an important thing is communication. Communicate with your loved ones, communicate with your friends, you know so they understand, when are your times that you're available for them, and when are the times that you're allocating for the business. So that way, everyone is on the same page, and everyone understand each other, and it will create a better balance, a better relationship between everyone. So it won't create those frictions or feeling neglected that you're not paying attention to them because you're only focusing on the business or on work. So yeah, so this by setting those boundaries, you will stay focused and you will stay productive, because you know that that time that you allocated, that's what you're focusing on, your business, and you're trying to be productive. So boundaries and are important to be able to be focused and productive. So another tip that I would say to that is create a designated workspace that you know that is only for your work. So when you are there, you are working, you're not going to get interrupted. At the same time, your family will know that when you are in that area, that means that you are doing your business. Okay. So it creates that kind of like authority of your workspace, and that also says to them, okay, mom or dad or whoever, is working, right now. So I'm going to let them work. And also, set a specific hours of business, okay, to avoid interruptions. Although, like our business is flexible, it adapts to our schedule, but you can also, set up a specific business hours. So for example, like um, you can say, okay, I'm gonna work 2 3 hours in the morning, and then maybe uh, 4 hours in the afternoon, and but I'm not working in the night. So I'm just enjoying with my family. So those are just setting a specific hours, for your different tasks. that you want to achieve. So that's for that. So let's go to the next point.
The next point in using a time management system. Hmm.
Yes. So using a time management system, yeah, it's very important. Like I mentioned before, there's some productivity tools and apps that you can use or planners that help you, track time, set reminders, and organize tasks. So, for example, on Outlook, you have the to-do list where you can set up, timers, and it will keep you remind, okay, this is the you're supposed to be doing this, or this is the time you're finished. You also have Google Calendar. For example, Google Calendar, I use it for all the meetings that I have, my training meetings, the Zoom meetings that I have with my team. Also, my lives, because, that way I can see, when I have my lives, if I have my guests, and at what time I'm going to have my lives, that my guest is available. So I use those kind of tools to organize myself and to have a better plan for my day and for the entire month. So I usually also printed a calendar in paper for the month so I can have it visually, and when someone asks me, I can refer quickly there. But also, I have my phone. So, I like to have it on my phone because if I am outside, um, on doing something, I can always refer to my phone to see if I have something. Um, that is important and I don't want it to get conflicted with another appointment that I might have. So make sure that you use and help yourself with some apps that are out there. So there's some apps like Trello, Asana, or Google Calendar that will help you to do this kind of task. Or like the one that I'm using, Calendly is another one. So those are some of the tools that you can use to help you, track time, set reminders, and organize your tasks. Sorry.
um, Avoid multitasking, which is I'm very guilty about. I always do too many tasks at the same time, so I try to minimize that and to be more focused.
Yes, I think we are all guilty of this, trying to multitasking. Um, like in my, where I work in the movie industry, we are into multitasking, doing a lot of things at the same time because, uh, many times, a lot of things come at the same time. And you have to learn, how to prioritize what are the most important and tackle those ones first and then do the rest. But yeah, it's when it comes to your own business, you want to try to avoid that because you want to be able to uh, be productive, and know you want it to be balanced. You don't want it to be doing a lot of things at the same time because otherwise, um, this might lead to a mistake, if you're like in a rush doing so many things. So make sure that, your day is organized so you're not doing too many things at the same time, you know, and you're focused because when you're multitasking and if you're not focused, you might be making some mistakes, and you don't want to make mistakes. So uh, make sure that, you're focusing on one task at a time to maintain that quality and speed in completing tasks. So don't do too many things. And I'm guilty too, Patsy. Sometimes, being trying to do so many things at the same time. So I think we need to change that and just try to be, one thing at a time to be able to maintain that quality and speed in completing task. Okay, so let's go to the next point.
Next one is the power of routine and consistency. This is very powerful.
Yes. So the power of routine and consistency, yes. Like Patsy mentioned, it is very important because um, it's very important to establish that daily routine, and sticking to it. For example, I created a daily routine with Patsy. on the week, so we meet every day at a certain time, you know, to work on things. Of course, Patsy has her own things and I also have my own things. So we kind of like uh, are adaptable and flexible in trying to combine our both schedules together so we can work together. But yeah, it is important to have that consistency, that routine of the things that you have to do, because that really is going to help you to stick to it. For example, like we're supposed to post at least 3 posts at a day, so you want to make sure that you have that routine established, because that will help you to create a higher reach, also to connect with more people, um, so it's important to create that routine and stick to it, okay? Because it creates that discipline and that consistency, which is a key for a long-term success in online business. So it's important to stick to it. Okay, so it's very powerful to have a routine and to be consistent, because, as you know, consistency is one of the keys to be able to have success, along with other keys like perseverance and that kind of stuff. Our next point.
Our next point is 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. I like this 80-20. Very, very important subject. Listen well.
Thank you, Patsy. Yeah, so the next one is the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. So the Pareto principle, what do we mean by the 80-20% rule? Well, we mean, 80% comes from results, okay? And then the 20% comes from efforts. So you, it's kind of like you gotta work smarter, not harder, kind of thing. So just make sure that you focus on the activities that generates the most impact, significant impact in your business. We usually call these activities, uh, I think it's called income productive activities, something like that. It's something that, like it will generate you income. So focus on those activities, because by focusing on those activities, you're going to have a higher result. If you focus on activities that are not giving an impact in your business, then you're working harder, not smarter. So make sure that you work on activities that are going to be beneficial for your business, so that the results are going to be impacted will have a higher impact. So you will be working smarter, not harder. So yeah, so that's 80-20 rule. And the next point. Oh, you're muted, Patsy.
Taking breaks and self care. I like to take a break, self care. You must know your limit and take a break. Any kind of break, Okay.
Yes, Patsy, that's right. It is important taking breaks and self care. So when we were talking about, having that balance or time management, one of the things that you need to allocate time is for yourself, because you also need to have time for yourself, for your mental health, um, and for yourself, because sometimes we need that quiet time to reflect, to meditate, to relax, to recharge, you know so it is important to take breaks to be able to avoid burnout, okay, and also to maintain high productivity levels, because sometimes your body feels like a little bit, I don't know, sometimes you feel like a little bit sleepy. So at that point, take a break, do some exercise, or something like that, or go outside and take some air, to make sure that you're recharge, you're awake, and then you come back and continue your job. So This is important because, you are incorporating those moments of self-care, those moments of meditation, if you like to meditate, or relaxation, to be able to recharge and keep you motivated to keep continuing doing uh, what you're doing. So in taking breaks and self-care is very important to incorporate it during your day, uh, that you're doing your business, or your normal life. Is very important. Okay, so the next point.
Measuring and adjusting your time management. Not easy, huh?
Yes. So, like I mentioned before, time management is kind of like a learning curve. You gotta, and it's not set as stone. So don't think that, just you have this and this is how it is. No, it doesn't work that way. We try to the most as that we can, but it's not set as a stone. Okay, so there's always going to be, we encourage you, to do regularly evaluation of your time management strategy to make sure that you identify what's working and what needs improvement. Like I mentioned, this is a learning curve. I started my journey in having struggles, and I find out, okay, I gotta make some adjustment here, and that's when I found the app called Calendly. So that app, allows me to have a better time to organize, the meetings with my mentees, and organize it with my dates, so I know, okay, this I already, and this day I have a meeting with my mentee, so that means, I have to these other block times, that I can do other stuff. So um that, by using this app, it helped me, evaluate and adjust my time management. So it really helped me. So sometimes you need to identify what's working, what needs improvement, and tweak it a little bit here and there, to be able to have better results. So like I say, myself, I've been trying to improve my time management, and even now, uh, I still think that it could need more improvement. It's better than what it was before, but I'm still working on it to have a better time management. But it's a learning curve. So always, reevaluate your time management strategies to make sure, um, it is working for you. Or if you find areas that you need improvement, then fix those areas with either an app or, whatever adjustment you need to do. So yeah, be open to change and to adapt, because it's not time management is not set as stone.
Call to action, implementing time management tips.
Yes. So we want to invite you, to take small steps. Okay, so like adopting one or two strategies that we have discussed today, and gradually improve your time management. So if you're someone who, like us, who are struggling with time management, and you have here our experience and our tips, um, y- use some of the tips that we gave you, to try to improve your time management. So um, I hope you know that what we share with you today, it will help you in your journey of in related to, the time management. Okay, and make sure that you track your progress over a week and see how much productive, you have feel. So always reevaluate every week. That's another tip that I would say. But yeah, so we wanted to, I hope these tips that we have shared with you today, it really help you to when it comes to time management. um, and that's it for today for our UVL 90-day challenge for day 31. And tomorrow, what are we going to be talking, Patsy? Oh, actually, well, today, later on today. This was the topic for this. The topic that we just talked it was yesterday topic. Later on today, we're gonna be talking about today's topic. So today's topic is
Today's day 32. Topic is offer tips for working parents. Interesting.
yes. So this one is going to be a good one. We're going to be offering some tips for working parents who wants to do an online business, or for those who are doing online business. So stay tuned for that sometime later today. Um, so we're going to be talking about that. So in the meantime, we want to thank everyone for that watches today. Thank you for all your comments, for your emojis, and for watching us today. For those watching the replay, let us know in the comments where you're watching from, to show that we are global. Also, if you guys want to follow us in our Facebook business page, they're on the screen on the top, so you can follow us to get to know us a little bit more, and to get to know, the type of content that we post and about the business that we offer. So if you want to learn how you can earn online, you can register in our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you an invitation to watch a webinar, the same webinar that Patsy and I will watch, that gave us the opportunity to be able to earn online. So in this webinar, you will be watching, and learning about how our business plan works. And also you will be hearing some testimonials from members of our community. In addition to that, you will get invited to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community, and also more information about the business. So we want to say thank you everyone again for watching us today, and until the next UVL 90 Day Challenge Day 32. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye. Have a